Ah, hello everybody, it's Megalithic here, otherwise known as Pablo Escobar, or at this time of year, Santa Paws, and in today's video we're going to take a look at purchasing the Rune Zhaba. Now, is it worth buying, ladies and gentlemen? No, it's not. Okay, you're still here, are you? Well, we'll go and have a look, shall we? I really wouldn't advise it. It's not worth looking at. 1.8 million, ladies and gentlemen. That's $1,800,000 if you undertake the prep work and complete the casino heist with this particular vehicle. If you do not go ahead and do those missions, this vehicle will cost you $2,400,000, and that's even more of a waste of money, I can assure you. Okay, that's what we're looking at then, ladies and gentlemen. So then, let's take it out onto the street and see how she handles then, shall we? Okay then, well, first things first, ladies and gentlemen, shockingly slow acceleration, don't you know? Okay, handling is surely some of the most peculiar handling you will ever experience on GTA Online. You know, my good friend Mr. Raccoon assures me it's very similar to the Digger, although I can't actually say I've driven that particular vehicle, so I can't be certain. What I can say is it sort of drives like a track system, you know, sort of like a tank, you know, it pivots about on its center almost. Really very peculiar. You can see Mr. Raccoon in the back there shooting weapons, so that gives you an idea. This is not a one-person vehicle. It does appear to be a four-person vehicle, ladies and gentlemen. You can seem to get multiple people inside, and they can seem to lean out the back of that door and shoot a vehicle, you know. Okay, so here we go then, ladies and gentlemen, sliding around that bottom corner, like I say, really is a most peculiar handling this vehicle. Now have a look at its acceleration once again, and as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, it is non-existent. Okay then. Right here, so yes, acceleration up, whoops, a daisies, flaming cars all over the place. That's what happens if you drive around with a raccoon. I should point out, you know, ladies and gentlemen, that raccoon in the back of this vehicle is Mr. Raccoon. His name's the Bromby, you know. He has a channel of his own, it's called the Bromby. If you type that into YouTube, you should be able to go and find, whoops, a daisies, another flaming car. Yes, he's a rather violent raccoon, you know. Like I said, if you type his name into the Bromby into YouTube, you should be able to find his video. Why not go and check that out? He's got some rather fine videos on there. Okay, well, unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, this standard lap is going to take an absolute ice age, don't you know? And we are in the snow, so I suppose that's appropriate, you know. But yes, it is a very slow-moving vehicle. But yes, particularly if you're going to hit posts like that. Okay, unfortunately, not the most proficient driver, you know, if I'm perfectly frank with you. But there we go. Right, okay, it's just cycling through. Now we have got stars after us as a as a result of Mr. Raccoon's sort of exuberance there, and so we're just going to phone Lester there, and get him to remove the stars, and we're going to take him on back to the custom auto shop, ladies and gentlemen, go and perform the necessary upgrades and such forth, you know, and then we'll take it back out onto the street one more time, don't you know? Okay, so straight out of the box, what do we think? I hate the wretched thing, ladies and gentlemen. Is it worth the money? No, it's certainly not, you know, not at a 1.8 million, not at 2.4 million. As far as I'm concerned, this is, like I say, one of the most hideous cars on the game. Okay, well, either way, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take it on inside into the custom auto shop, as I say. We're going to go ahead and perform the necessary upgrades to this vehicle. Now, this is the quick review, ladies and gentlemen, so we're not going to be showing all of the upgrades, you know, just the more aesthetic stylings that can be affected to this vehicle. We're going to leave out the performance upgrades and such forth, you know, turbo and whatnot. There's no point in showing that, but we'll give you a chance to have a look at the more aesthetic stylings that can be affected to this vehicle, should you choose to go ahead and purchase it. And you can see that's exactly what we're doing right now. Okay, just coming about 19, I believe Mr. Raccoon said. I'm not certain if he counted them, you know, but different variations, you know, stylings and whatnot that can be affected, and these do include ivories or liveries, whatever they may be called. Okay, there we go, having looked through them now. Yes, and we're going to go on to the respray, which means we'll be leaving the custom auto shop in the very near future. That's a very good thing, I can assure you. Okay, well, there we go, ladies and gentlemen. We've done the necessary upgrades. We're going to take the vehicle back out onto the street. Okay, now, and this is going to be the standard lap, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, now with the vehicle fully upgraded in terms of performance, as well as the sort of design elements that we've changed on the vehicle. Okay, so as you can see, no real improvement, ladies and gentlemen, in acceleration. I mean, top end speed is absolutely lacking, you know, and that steering is still as peculiar as ever, you know. Okay, so what can one say about this particular vehicle? Well, it is a sort of armoured APC, it's an armoured personnel carrier, really, and I'm getting call after call. That really is rather annoying. Yes, like I say, it's an armoured personnel carrier. Now, there are other vehicles like that on this game, ladies and gentlemen. You've got the APC, we've got the Insurgent, we've even got the Kanjali, the Rhino, things along those lines, you know. And every single one of those vehicles is far superior to this. You know, this is we've got the Night Shark as well. You know, even and this is, like I said, this is an armored vehicle. It has absolutely no weapons, unlike the other vehicles that I've mentioned. So it's completely a completely passive vehicle in that regard, ladies and gentlemen. Has no way of no gun barrels or rocket launchers or anything on there. Completely unarmed, although it is heavily armored. And unlike all of those other vehicles that I mentioned, this moves incredibly slowly. In fact, the only thing that the only one of those vehicles I believe that this vehicle is faster than is the tanks. You know, the Rhino, the Punjali. Certainly, the APC, the Insurgent, the Night Shark, the Kuruma, they're all going to outrun this. Okay, well, here we go. One thing it's got going for it, like the APCs, it can go into the water if you can just jump off the pier, but unfortunately we can't seem to. And so we're going to now fire it into the water, and we're going to see if it floats with no one inside it. And yes, it does. How about that? Jolly good, ladies and gentlemen. Once it's floating in the water, you can climb inside it and drive it around. And again, this does go slower than the APC, does travel slower than the APC on land and in water. Okay, now this is the Insurgent, but this is a Pegasus Insurgent, ladies and gentlemen. This has not been modified or upgraded in any way, and as you can see, it's absolutely destroyed the Zhaba there. So yes, we're now going to have a look at how many rockets. That's 1, that's 2, okay, that's 3, 4, okay, 5, 6, 7, okay, 8. We're going to run over Mr. Raccoon, teach him a lesson there. There we go, and where we go, 9, there we go. Okay, any more, Mr. Raccoon? Okay, right, so we've got 9 rockets at it so far. So yes, what do we think, ladies and gentlemen? It's got to be said, it is heavily armored, you know, but it's very, very, very slow. And in my opinion, a complete waste of money, don't you know? Sodding hell, Mr. Raccoon's gonna blow me up. Well, I guess that makes 10, you know. Right, let's go and see how many more missiles it can take. So it's taken about 10 so far, you know, and it hasn't blown up. Okay, that's number 11, and now it's started flaming, so it will blow up shortly. Blew up a Titan next to me as well. How about that? Yeah, so this does, to our count, you know, this has taken at least 10 rockets before it's decided to give up the ghost. Either way, is it worth buying, ladies and gentlemen? No, it's certainly not. Stay the hell away from it, that's what I say. Anyway, I do hope you've enjoyed this video, and as always, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching.